Today, I'm going to talk about some of the merch that I've picked up from my favorite YouTube channels. .88 miles, 9 minutes, 10 seconds from out, 145 beats per minute, going for a nice and easy run, and accidentally picking up a running buddy along the way. I ran with that dog for about 8 miles before it left me and turned around to head home. Now, this route that I took, I normally have been avoiding it lately because there's a particular farm that has 2 dogs. One's older, one's a little bit younger. The younger one has always been following me, and it's been very difficult to get the dog to stay home. But I was thinking today, the temperatures are mid-20s. Surely no one leaves their dogs out when the temperatures are that cold. But it seems like everyone still had their dogs out. So the dogs were out there today. I tried to get the one to not follow me and kept following me anyway. And so I had a running buddy. But it ended up being a good run out there today. Just some beautiful weather, a little bit on the cold side. But I dressed up extra warm and it made for a really nice morning. And I did have my Believe in the Run neck gaiter on with me to talk about the different merch that I've picked up from my favorite YouTube channels. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this today is like 2 main reasons. One is I'm about to do my holiday gift guide for runners for 2020 later this week, but I also wanted to give a special kind of like carve out section to just YouTube merch for the main reason that I think that it's a wide enough category that it could like dominate the gift guide, and I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to give it its own video. But also, a lot of the YouTube creators are using print-on-demand services. So sometimes it's not the fastest product to get from like the time you order it to the time you get it. So you really want to start thinking about getting that stuff now if you want to get it as a gift for somebody else for the holiday. So that's something, I'm not saying it's going to take a month for that person to get it, but you want to make sure you give yourself about 3 or 4 weeks, especially around the holidays, to make sure that it's going to get there on time. So let's talk about some of my favorite stuff. And I think the best way for me to do that is to talk about, I think, the 3 main ways that I can find some of this stuff that's out there. And the first is with some of these creators will have their own websites. So they'll have YouTube pages and have big followings there, or maybe they have Instagram pages with large followings, but then they'll also have their own like websites where they have their own store under their own URL. And that's for people like Ginger Runner, where I was able to buy this neck gaiter, which was a limited edition. I think it's sold out now, but it was a fundraiser, and I was very happy to pick one of these up. This, to this day, is still one of my favorite neck gaiters. It's gotten very soft from multiple washings. Plus, the design is just fantastic. I wish you would just make a whole bunch more of these because I would definitely get more. Another person who has their own website is, or I guess people, is Believe in the Run. And one of the things I picked up from them is the Believe in the Run hat. I think they always do such a really good job with making sure all their pieces have lots of little elements of customization on it. This trucker hat is no exception. I really enjoy it. Also, I did the Grit Summer Distance Project, and I got this neck gaiter, which is the one I ran with today as well, and I'm very fond of this one. This is also one of my favorites. The next person that I'll talk about that has their own website that you can go to pick up merch is going to be Sage and Sandy. And from them, I picked up this Any Surface, Any Distance t-shirt. You can get this design on a t-shirt and on a mug. And I think right now, Sandy, I think I saw on her Instagram that they're doing a sale, a pre-Black Friday sale on the trucker hats. Once those sell out, they're going to be gone. They're not going to restock those. So that's definitely something that you might want to pick up. The shirt, really nice and soft, very comfortable to wear. And in the wintertime, I sometimes will just wear cotton tees. as part of my base layering because I just don't want to put too much tech material like directly on my skin when it's really cold out. So this is definitely one that you can use in that kind of situation. And then the last person that I'll talk about today that has a really great website of their own is Ben Parks. I think Ben Parks is like the king of the YouTube merch. His stuff I think is just the best. This hat that I'm wearing, the Getting It Done black on black hat, I just absolutely love it. Plus, I also have been running in one of his neck gaiters as well. This one, I don't think he has this one available anymore, this design. It's got like the Ben Parks with his Ben Parks logo and this kind of like swoopy track design, which I've been really enjoying. But he also just released a whole bunch of new neck gaiters. The one in yellow, I think, looks really sharp. So you can still go to his website and buy a whole bunch of other stuff that he has, not only the hats, the neck gaiters, but fantastic singlets as well. So Ben, you're doing fantastic work. And whenever you order something from him, he handwrites a note and includes it in there too. So just those little touches, just amazing. I don't know how he does it. He's just so put together in terms of that whole operation. I'm really, really quite envious. So now the next category of places where you can find merch from your favorite YouTubers is from the merch shelf. So like when you look at a video, below the video, you might see like a row of icons of like t-shirts and mugs and stickers and stuff like that. And so that's called the merch shelf. There's an integration with a website called Teespring and YouTube. They put it together so that way on your page, right below your video, I think before you get to the comments, you could see some of that merch. And so I've been buying a lot of stuff that way. So let's go over a couple of the ones that I've been enjoying lately. One is this super soft tee from the Run Experience. I enjoy it because I don't have a lot of red t-shirts, but I do like red t-shirts. So this is one that I am very happy to have recently picked up. Another one that I enjoy is this one. I've enjoyed it so much that I've worn a hole in it. So I'm actually trying to like not wear it so much. Is this shirt from DC Rainmaker. It's got his specific design as the border on here. And it's got the DC Rainmaker text going up kind of like the side of the shirt. Very nice. Another one from another triathlete is this one from Triathlon Terran. Eat, Sleep, Trainiac, and Repeat. And then we also have Seth's shirt. Love this one. I picked this one up in gray. Now, a lot of you guys have mentioned that you think it's weird that I haven't been buying all these shirts in black. Well, I would normally love to wear these shirts in black. I also want to make sure that I can support my fellow YouTubers when I'm making my own videos. And I've noticed that if I wear a black shirt, like when I'm wearing this black hat today, I have kind of a black background behind me. It doesn't pop. So I've been trying to pick up lately shirts that are not black just to make sure that the logo and the design stand out a little bit more clearly. So that's why they're all not all black. But if I could, I probably would pick all black for all these t-shirts. And I will say one other thing is that somewhere I have an Elite Jogger t-shirt. I don't know where it is. I didn't see it when I went back to Chicago, I don't know, was it 2 months ago or a month ago now, to kind of restock on some more clothes and for the change of seasons. And so I'm not sure where it went, but I had an Elite Jogger t-shirt. I'm going to have to find that, or maybe I'll have to pick up another one. So that is all the merch that I picked up from the merch shelf underneath people's videos. Now, the third category of place that you can find merch from your favorite YouTubers, and this is going to apply to if they're smaller YouTubers or just starting out, is going directly to teespring.com itself. Now I mentioned that like YouTube has an integration with Teespring to get that merch shelf on there. You don't get access to that as a YouTuber until your channel hits 10,000 subscribers. So that's kind of like a nice kind of like bonus for hitting that, since YouTube doesn't really do anything for you for hitting different milestones unless you get to like something crazy like 100,000. So 10,000, you get that merch shelf. But some YouTubers are very astutely realizing you don't have to wait to 10,000 to just start a Teespring store. So that's something that you could do as well. So what I would do there is to go to teespring.com and then just search for the YouTuber that you want. There's probably a Teespring store that's there. Like this one that I recently picked up is from Emily's channel, Run Like Heller. Really cool. It's got her logo on the front. It has her get out there and get on the grind mantra on the back. So a very nice t-shirt. The other channel that also has a Teespring store but doesn't have the merch shelf yet, so you'd have to go to teespring.com to get there directly, is Ed Bud. So I only just recently discovered that he had one, so I ordered it. It's en route, but I just don't have it here yet. And the other thing to keep in mind is once you find their stores in teespring.com, make sure you're looking at the entire store. And that also applies when you're looking at stuff from the merch shelf as well. Just because you see like 4 or 5 things when you look at the video, that doesn't mean they only have 4 or 5 things. Make sure you're looking at the store as a whole, and you can see everything that they have to offer, because they might have a lot of different stuff that you can sort through and find. And the way that Teespring does things, I'm not a huge fan of Teespring. The way that Teespring does things is sometimes they have like the same design, but it's on multiple products. It might look like it's only a t-shirt, but you might be able to get that t-shirt as a hoodie or as a mug. So it's just kind of weird the way they do things over at Teespring. So just make sure you're looking around and really checking through all the different options that you have there, because there might be more things than just like the one thing or the 2 things that YouTube shows you or that Teespring shows you at first. So just keep an eye out. You can always find it. Oh, and let me give you 2 more bonuses, because I always like to throw in bonuses. This is stuff that I think I got from, one of it is I got from the website directly from this creator, and the other one is I got from the merch shelf. The first one, and the reason why I put these in the bonus section, because these aren't really like runners, but first, one of my favorite YouTube channels, Hot Ones, this I got off of their merch shelf. And then the next one that I have is this one from MKB HD. I think this one is sold out, but this is definitely one of my favorites. His matte black everything t-shirt. I just absolutely love it. And that one I got off of his website directly, not from a YouTube merch store. So that's it. That's like my collection of YouTube merch. I think that getting the merch is a nice way to show your support for the YouTubers that you've been watching. And I think it's a nice, like, super personal kind of gift to give to another person as well. A gift that's a little bit outside of the box in terms of your holiday gift giving. So something that you should definitely consider. I'll post links to every one that I've mentioned today in terms of where you can buy their stuff, just to keep it really nice and simple, so that way you don't have to do a lot of searching. But also, let me know if there is a YouTuber that you love their stuff that I didn't mention. Put them in a comment down below. I'm trying to think. A lot of times when you put URLs in comments, like, YouTube thinks that it's spam, so it might get blocked. But try anyway. Let me know who your favorites are, because I'm always looking for the next merch that I can get, and also to see other channels that I might enjoy watching as well. So that's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there on your runs, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yo, what's going on?